How do we start fresh? When you enter new shores and face unexpected adventures, a slight fear overwhelms you. Should you cherish it? Or should you run from it? It's the question that haunts all sailors. We find ourselves here today asking what we want to accomplish in this new world. The world is new, and opportunities are plentiful. And we strive to face them all at once, which causes us to pause and prioritize what's important to us. Hey cruiser, welcome back to Cruising Chris Craft. I'm Josh Wells, and today we are talking about the American dream and trying to figure out how Cruising Chris Craft fits in it. We are set for greatness. We have many challenges in the season ahead. We are prioritizing our new lands and adventures. We really want to thank everybody who follows us and enjoys DIT boat repair. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. All right, let's get started. As most ventures begin, I woke up one day with a deep need for change. But not a change that dismantles what people build over a lifetime. More of a yearning or a calling, a seeking for adventure. Time is always marching. And this was something Stargazer was all too familiar with. One more captain has been left in her wake. She was dry docked one more time. Stargazer was heavy with sorrow. Her concerns that she may never feel the cool ocean under her boards, her decks floating free, and her engine silenced of the roar. As she watched her crews leave her decks again, the sting never gets easier as she sighs under her own weight and the pinch of the jacks against her ribs. She fears she will be alone forever. On a dreary day, I found myself in a boatyard, not unlike any boatyard in New England. The GPS had taken a wrong turn, and things that were easy were feeling hard. I got out to catch my breath and focus on something positive. As I looked up, I found myself leaning against something that felt very familiar, and it ignited a thrill in my heart. As my hand rubbed against her hull, I could see our future. And all the grand adventures we would share. I asked for her name and heard nothing. On my way home, I was unable to shake the experience I had. Nikki saw I had something on my mind as I looked visibly and emotionally stirred. I explained to her the wrong turn I had taken and the events that happened in the boatyard. As she listened to the passionate words I spoke from my heart, she confirmed what I already knew to be true. That this calling desperately needed to be answered, and it couldn't be answered alone. In that moment, Nikki knew Stargazer too. She joined Stargazer's crew as I did. Sam was a young man when he first learned about the calling of Stargazer. And at first he didn't quite understand.
How come we got this boat instead of a better one?
It's difficult to convey the feeling of a chance encounter that feels like destiny, and the deep-rooted connection that has been shaped through the weight of time. Stargazer has felt that unfortunate weight of time resting on her shoulders, equipped with the immense pain of outliving each of her crew before us. And for that, we knew we were dedicated to the life of Stargazer, and we loved her unconditionally. Once Sam could wrap his mind around this concept, it took little time for him to digest. And from that moment on, Sam was committed to learn everything he could to make sure our crew would strive for nothing but greatness. However, our crew wasn't complete. There was a key piece missing, leaving our crew unfinished. We needed the brains of the operation. We have a dependable vessel, a brave captain, a heart and soul, and a strong crewman. But we were missing wisdom and experience that only someone that had seen the world from many different directions could bring. This should not discourage us from the tasks at hand. The projects in our future are designed to challenge us and make us question our abilities to accomplish them. That is what makes us yearn for the victory of accomplishment. When you have the proper team with you, there's no challenge that you can't meet, even if those challenges change your expectations. As a group, we knew Stargazer was in decline, and we had a choice to act. Knowing the history behind her birth and the line of Chris Craft boats she came from made her different from any other we had ever seen. We could hear the whispers of her battle cry as we spoke about her. A hull you can trust. All in all, a boat that in every way lives up to its name for dependability as you meet the new day on the water. From this, it was preservation and motivation to move towards new experiences that I came to understand the foundation of cruising Chris Craft and what it stood for, and that a crew could not be acquired based on vicinity. Rather, it was a crew that would rise to meet Stargazer to ensure her journey could continue. To further discover Stargazer's fate, we had to come face to face with the ugliness of time. It is no secret that time is killing us. Stargazer is in decline. It feels no different than someone choking in a crowded restaurant, with no one able to offer any help, all paralyzed with fear. It's easier to dismiss issues than face them head on. However, this did not intimidate us. We were motivated to move past those fears in dedication to unraveling the truth of Stargazer. With the knowledge we had learned about the Chris Craft Company, we knew that the dream was alive within the framework of us, and it was infused in our DNA. So where do you turn for the knowledge when you're intimidated to act? In our time of need, it's brave men and women that we've always turned to. Which leads us to you, cruiser, the bringer of wisdom within our crew, the one who's devoted the Stargazer's continuous legacy. As we shouted proudly into the vast space in front of us, we heard your response and your verbal commitment to being a part of our journey. Project to project, you saw to it that Stargazer remained stable and got the best treatment from us. When we were unsure or asked for words of wisdom or encouragement, you didn't hesitate to share or cheer us on. The missing piece to our crew was the one you filled. When Stargazer presented her flaws, insecurities, and values, You decided that was an adventure worth living. Ownership can be a form of imprisonment, bound by guilt of every weekend of obligations. And it's those chains that over time cause our sorrow and decay to something we love. There is little love in ownership, so it must be pride. It's why we pride ourselves in the love of our families, our communities, and the ones we hold dear. We are dedicated to those we care about, not out of ownership, but out of pride. Stargazer is a part of our family. She's adopted us as a crew, giving us a purpose, a dream, and a promise that our future would be better than where we have been. Although learning about the ill treatment of Stargazer was not easy, we can aim to the positive, the strength that Stargazer inhabits to endure hardship for so long. Every time she left a marina or a port to embark on her journey could have been her last. And we are incredibly grateful that that has never been the case. Time waits for no one and never discriminates, no matter who you are or how tall you stand. Aging is a part of what it means to be on this earth. And because of that, Stargazer has lived to see the beginning of a new century. And that is an honor that should not be taken for granted. There's still much more to be done. It's ultimately not about the labor or the projects themselves. It's about guaranteeing Stargazer will continue to hit the water at every season. Stargazer isn't getting any younger, and either are we. However, it's an honor and a privilege that as the crew of Stargazer, we ensure that she's able to see the beauty in every new experience. And because of that, we're lucky enough to share in the wealth of those experiences too. Thanks for joining us today, Cruiser. We love you. As we look to the horizon of the new chapter dawning on the water, thank you for sticking with us with the start of our array of new projects. We are very excited to grab our tools and tackle the DIT projects together. Let us know in the comments what projects you're going to tackle this season too. As Rainer Maria Rilke once said, let us welcome the new year, full of things that were never on the boat before. Or something like that. See you soon, Cruiser!